General Hospital spoilers reveals that Marshall's arrival did indeed cause uproar among the inhabitants of Port Charles, especially Epiphany. There are many details that indicate that he was the one who murdered Epiphany's son, Stan Johnson, many years ago. All because fans were able to spot Marshall's weird behavior when he had dinner with Epiphany. This was Marshall and Epiphany's first dinner at the Port Charles Grill. Meanwhile, she casually mentions her son's death, and to her surprise, Marshall develops high blood pressure that people mistake for a heart attack. Before appearing in Port Charles, Marshall had been missing for many years. He even faked his own death, and no one knew he existed. Then, under the interrogation of Curtis, Marshall only answered vaguely that he was forced to flee with someone very dangerous people and tried to find a way out of them while still preserving his life. However, the truth is that Marshall was hiding was certainly more shocking. It was possible that Marshall is also a member of that organization and these people are operating as a gang. What Marshall has revealed so far is only to cover the cruel face of him. When Marshall was doing charity work at the hospital, he overheard Epiphany's voice and tried to convince her that she was the main vocalist of the band, and thought it was better to pursue a singing career, but it seems his conversation with Epiphany didn't bring up much about singing until Epiphany mentioned her son. This made Marshall remember things from the past and caused his blood pressure to spike. How could Marshall deal with Epiphany when he was the one who murdered her son many years ago? Marshall wants to reunite with his son Curtis, but he encounters many difficulties when Curtis insists on providing information about the time period of his disappearance. Marshall had previously shared with Curtis, and he sensed that he did not intend to reveal the whole story but kept part of it. And although Curtis also always had a harsh attitude, Marshall wouldn't say anything more. He only wanted Curtis not to dig too deep because there was still a threat around them right now. However, many argue that Marshall is just trying to justify his suspicious behavior because it was possible that Marshall was the leader of the dangerous people he mentioned, and he needs to keep it a secret in order not to be caught by the police or some hostile force. It's ironic because the people around Marshall are still trying to trust Marshall, but because of this evasive attitude, it doesn't work. While Marshall warns Curtis not to know too much because it will bring him a lot of trouble, is Marshall worried that he is the one facing the trouble?